The serpent moved without a second thought. In the bush, pausing is a death sentence. But arrogance, that is what kills you today. Bursting from the gloom, the toxic hunter lunged fully, expecting its victim to drop instantly. It is a routine drilled into its DNA. Strike hard, poison the blood, wait for the end. Easy. But this time the script got flipped. We paint them as the ultimate killers. Silent ghosts, surgical strikers. Their toxins have stopped hearts countless times. Yet the jungle does not care about your resume. It only cares about your aim. When a viper picks a fight with the wrong adversary, the results are violent, bloody, and permanent. Absolute stillness covers the earth. The atmosphere is thick. Coiled like a steel spring, the reptile advances with zero doubt. Every sinew is primed to snap. But it is blind to the truth. The animal staring back isn't a meal. It is a fighter, quicker than physics should allow, bold beyond reason. And it laughs in the face of poison. Violence erupts in a heartbeat. The serpent lashes out jaws wide, delivering a payload of doom. But the bite does not finish the war. It barely starts it. The victim stands its ground and swings back. In a split second, the hierarchy shatters. The hunter's ace in the hole has misfired, leaving it wide open. Now it is pure scramble survival. Every twitch counts. Every moment is a coin toss for life. The snake pulls back, genuinely baffled. The prey should be dead by now. Instead, the predator faces the one sin nature never forgives: a fatal underestimation. This is where the myths crumble. The wild proves that nothing is untouchable. Being toxic isn't enough. Being fast isn't enough. Walking away alive is a prize reserved for those who pivot when the plan falls apart. And we are just getting warmed up. If you want to see the kings of the jungle lose their crowns in real time, stick around. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and brace yourself. The battles ahead only get crazier. Doubling down on an error guarantees disaster. When the toxin fails, a primal anxiety sets in. It is not human fear, it is a glitch in the programming. The strategy dissolves. The flow is broken. Out here, losing your cadence is usually the last thing you ever do. The rival closes the gap belly, low gaze intense, analyzing every ripple of the serpent's scales. This is not a random tussle. This beast was bred for this exact showdown. It understands the fangs bring death. One solid connection lights out. But it also understands the golden rule: hesitation is an invitation. Desperate now, the viper snaps again, faster, messier. Jaws clamp on nothing but breeze. The reprisal is instant. A feint toward the skull. Not a killing blow, but a probe. Checking the range. Draining the battery. Every whiffed attack burns precious fuel. Every wasted lunge drags the snake closer to total burnout. A loaded gun is useless if you cannot hit the target. Potency means zero without precision. The duel drags on past the breaking point. Lungs burn. Reflexes dull. The reptile lags just a hair slower, but that split second is the whole game. The enemy has been waiting for that slip, and it punishes it instantly. A blur of motion. A jaw lock. Not on the flank. Not on the tail. Right on the cranium. The control center. The snake goes ballistic, whipping wildly, but the clamp is iron. Strength doesn't matter anymore. Timing won this fight. The bush throws no parades. It just tallies the dead. This is the price of arrogance. When you bank everything on poison and forget how to brawl, you lose. Some skirmishes are flashes, others are grinders. But they all conclude the same way when you pick the wrong fight. If your heart is racing, just wait. The upcoming footage showcases brawls where velocity is the only god. Keep your eyes peeled, tap thumbs up, subscribe, and do not blink. The next sequence happens faster than you can think. Velocity rules this domain. Under the open sky, there are no do-overs, and no pity for the sluggish. When toxins miss and muscles fail, pure speed determines who sees tomorrow. A new challenge stirs in the undergrowth. This serpent is a heavyweight, massive, and cocky. It rears up hood flared, demanding respect through sheer bulk. Back off or die. But the rival holds the line. It dances in jagged, explosive hops, refusing to be a stationary target. The cobra fires like a piston. The air hisses. Teeth miss by a whisker. The response is instantaneous. A dodge. A fake. A step back. Again and again. We are measuring survival in microseconds here. One slip is fatal. The dirt turns into a chessboard of reflexes. Here is the secret. These challengers aren't immortal. They are just impossible to hit. They live by predicting trajectories and forcing the viper to punch air. Every miss saps strength. Every tick of the clock wears the predator down. Exhaustion is the game changer. Fluid motion turns rigid. The hood sags. The defense cracks. The challenger smells blood. This isn't courage. It is math. A sudden rush. Blunt. Brutal. The snake is too slow on the draw. The bite lands, but it is sloppy. The counterstrike hits home. Agony rips through both combatants. No retreat. No clean victory. Seconds later, they break apart, battered, gasping, but breathing. This is the gritty truth documentaries often cut. Sometimes nobody wins. You just limp away with the memory of the pain. There are no medals in the mud. Only wounds. If that adrenaline spike was too much, hold tight. Coming up, enemies that treat venom like water and dismantle snakes like machines. Subscribe now. The wildest clips are on deck. Poison is irrelevant if the enemy never lets you bite. In this arena, fights aren't marathons. They are executions. The snake enters as a boss, but leaves as evidence that nature loves a specialist. The ambush is launched from 0 to 100. No posturing. No warning shots. A manic blur weaves in and out, spinning the reptile in circles. Head tracking, coils tightening, but the geometry is all wrong. Every time the viper commits, it snaps at a ghost. This foe isn't playing, it is hunting. The tactic is primitive, but perfect dodge. The needles crush the skull, repeat until movement stops. It shows no dread, only competence. This beast has tasted venom before and decided it doesn't care. The snake lunges too aggressive. Momentum drags it forward, leaving the neck naked for a split second. That is all the invitation needed. The counter is clinical. Jaws lock onto the spine. The serpent flails, knotting up, but its venom is useless, trapped in a mouth that won't let go. This isn't a contest of power. It is biology beating ballistics. The snake's nuclear option is offline once its head is pinned. Time ticks on. The struggle weakens. Silence returns to the bush. Elsewhere, a different nightmare unfolds. Not fangs, not claws. Legions. It slithers on, oblivious that the earth is swarming. Suddenly, the floor erupts. Dozens turn into thousands. Mandibles tear at every inch of scale. Acid sprays on sensitive skin. Panic overrides logic. You cannot box a tidal wave. The reptile tries to bolt, leaving dignity behind, but it is too late. Size is irrelevant here. It is death by 1,000 cuts. If that shifted your perspective on the food chain, don't leave yet. Hit that like sub to the channel and steel yourself. The finale features the sky's most ruthless executioners. At the apex, mistakes are forbidden. No warnings. No round 2. When the aerial hunters drop, even the most toxic vipers are reduced to a panicked snack. This is where the terror hierarchy dissolves. From the clouds, doom waits. Telescopic vision locks onto the shimmer of scales. The snake feels it a moment too late. The pressure drops. A shadow sweeps. Impact. Talons smash home with laser guidance gripping the kill switch. The cranium. The battle is over before the snake even knows it started. Gravity handles the rest. Out on the exposed plains, pure velocity reigns supreme over camouflage. A feathered tactician launches the assault, sidestepping lethal fangs with the grace of a matador. The reptile hisses and coils in a desperate defense, but its intimidation tactics are entirely ignored. Hammering away at the vulnerable spine, the beak delivers surgical blows until the thrashing subsides. Do not mistake this for cruelty. It is the cold, hard definition of survival efficiency. But flip the script and the narrative changes entirely. Here, the serpent lands the first blow, a lightning-fast injection of neurotoxins. The victim falters, their movements turning sluggish before hitting the dirt. The ambush was calculated perfectly, and now the predator simply bides its time. Silent observation turns into a grueling feast as the jaws unhinge to claim the prize. It is a stark reminder of the ecosystem's precarious scales. The serpent is far from helpless, yet it remains perpetually mortal. Even hatchlings emerge from the egg fully loaded and ready to kill. They may be miniature, but their potency is catastrophic. A single nip can seal a fate. Yet fragility haunts them. Triumph is fleeting, and the next challenge is always lurking. Nothing is guaranteed. That remains the only absolute law of the wilderness. Dominance is a revolving door. The apex predator can become the meal in a heartbeat. One slip-up, one misstep, and a legacy vanishes. Every heartbeat is a gamble against extinction. If these fatal errors in the animal kingdom kept you on the edge of your seat, smash that like button, lock in your subscription, and pass this on to fellow nature enthusiasts. The wilderness holds many more secrets, and we are just getting started.